Since 1943, the New Orleans Council for Community and Justice, the NOCCJ, founded as the National Conference of Christians and Jews, has broken the silence between African Americans, Caucasians, Asians and Latinos, men and women, and even police and their communities. Anywhere people are victimized by the fear of those who are different. How does the New Orleans Council for Community and Justice do it? Simply by getting people to speak honestly with each other.
But when you're there, you're really saying what you feel. Open up to express what they're saying, but there's also a great receptivity. The people are learning.
False impressions about racial and cultural differences can be disturbing and painful when exposed.
It was emotional because Anytown puts you through all those experiences. Where you're learning about ageism and handicap, ableism, and the gender one is phenomenal. That's real memorable for me. But the separation exercise.
But these impressions don't come out of thin air. The media plays a role in shaping our opinions. Our goal is to challenge these false impressions by conducting various workshops, including leadership conferences for high school students, criminal justice workshops, public allies educating 18 to 30-year-olds, and interfaith dialogue. Our program addresses and focuses on critical concerns of the community. One such focus is the Youth Renewal Initiative, YRI.
And in this city, we need people that's going to speak truth to power if we're going to create the green economy that we need and create the green workers that we need to fulfill the green economy. We train young men right here in the city. No roofing company had ever done it before, and they did it. We don't get this word out to the community, to the people who need it the most. Then once again, our future will be like our present, which is just like our past. Alvin Toffler said, the illiterate of the 21st century would not be he or she who cannot read and write. He said the illiterate of the 21st century will be he or she who cannot learn, unlearn, and then relearn.
This is a program designed to address the immediate needs of youth living in the greater New Orleans area without adult supervision. Our program also continues to substitute distance with dialogue, bringing together groups and individuals to explore the roots of misunderstanding. Developing workshops that allow people to explain their fears and prejudice.
To not look at somebody and immediately jump to conclusions about them. It's a wonderful experience, and it just opens your eyes to so much and instills in you these values that you end up taking with you outside of the camp and using in your everyday life.
Our program encourages students from first grade to college to discuss the realities of multicultural classrooms. Every summer, our program designs and organizes the Anytown Institute, where teenagers of different races spend a week together confronting their assumptions about one another. At the end of 1 week, these children stop seeing the world in terms of gender, color, and race, and they begin to see as individuals.
Something that Anytown really does is it puts life in a perspective for you. I think it really caught me at a good age where I was really still learning and I was trying to, find myself. And Anytown really puts you in a situation where you never really thought existed. A lot of people, it's hard for them to get out of their comfort zone, and Anytown kind of pushes your boundaries and pushes your limits, and it really changes not only how you look at things, but how you interact with people and kind of how you live day to day. Growing up in a city, like New Orleans or anywhere, there's a lot of different things going on, and Anytown kind of opens your eyes and lets you see the world kind of for what it is and kind of see people for who they really are.
And they begin to honor the individual. Perhaps they will teach their children to see in exactly the same way.
My most difficult experience with Anytown was gender night, when the females and the males were separated, and we did an exercise where we helped young men to understand what it's like to be a female. What it's like to be a female walking down the street and have someone, for instance, catcall at a female. We were helping the males understand what that's like and why women don't appreciate that. By the end of that exercise, both the men and the women in the room understood different things from the other gender's point of view. Men in that room then understood why women don't want to be catcalled, why women want to be respected in the workplace, and women understood some of the issues that men deal with. Even though I think we live in a society where we feel men don't deal with issues, they don't deal with gender roles, they do. Men have things that they deal with, just like women have things that we deal with. And that night brought an opportunity for us to both understand issues that the opposite sex experience and encounter in the workplace, in the arena of education, and in society.
Prejudice, racism, and hatred are diseases from which none of us are immune. The New Orleans Council for Community and Justice is one of a precious few organizations struggling to remedy the illnesses of misunderstanding and intolerance. The New Orleans Council works to find the cure, and they do, establishing a oneness of community, a oneness of religion, and a oneness of individuality, one person at a time.
We would like to thank you for supporting NOCCJ and listening to our stories.
From these hurricanes, yeah. That damn road home got my mama about to go insane. Yeah. I'm tired of cop harassment because of my hair.